And I want to just briefly talk about some other nutrients that are enhanced and are needed specifically by our immune system. And vitamin C is something very important. I think we've all heard of vitamin C, but in actual fact, it's a very important nutrient. It has an influence on our first line of defense, if you like. Remember, I talked about the skin, I talked about the respiratory system. Vitamin C works very specifically in the skin, and it also works very specifically in the lining of our respiratory system. So it's part of our protective system. It's our first line of defense, has to be in the diet. Now, the interesting thing is it's so very important, as you've heard, but we as a species are not able to manufacture it. We don't synthesize it in our bodies. So that creates a very strong need for it from our diet. And commonly we would get it very rich sources from the fruit and vegetable component. And that, of course, as I showed you already, and I think we mostly can admit, is lacking in many of our diets. So it has a negative impact on our immune system if we have too little of it, bearing in mind that we can't manufacture it. So it's very important that we seek it out in terms of our diet, because what it does is it also boosts the body's ability to make antibodies. And that is our fight in our immune system. And it generally helps fight microbes, whether they're bacterial or whether they're viral. It has a part to play in that. So very, very important at this point in time too. And so what we've done, we've taken this very seriously at Neolife, and we've created different ways of delivering it, but really gone to the food, that's the sources of vitamin C, as we do with all our products. You know, as I said, based in nature, we want to use nature's blueprint, not just something that the body doesn't usually use or doesn't know how to recognize or isn't part of the human food chain. So nature's blueprint is very important, and we go in there and we say, well, how is nature delivering this food? We want to fill those gaps with the way nature would have done it. And so we do exactly the same with our vitamin C, and that's why we talk about what we call our Neoplex concentrate. So we've gone, for example, to citrus components of our fruit and vegetables and said, okay, this is generally rich in vitamin C. How is nature delivering it? And so we know from oranges, which is what is our main source for these products, that there are other components, not just vitamin C in an orange. There are all different flavonoids and bioflavonoids. And so basically what we've done is we've used those oranges and we've taken everything from the orange except the water. And then we've delivered it in two different forms. As I said, we have what we call a sustained release, because it is a water-soluble component. We don't want it to be swallowed and then washed through the water systems in the body and washed right out of the body. We want it available. As you know, it's necessary all the time. So we have a sustained release product, which is a high potency. So we can take quite a lot in at one dose, but actually we've created technology that releases that vitamin C slowly through the body over a period of 6 hours. So we can know that we're covered, well covered for 6 hours. And that's very important at this stage. So we could take one in the morning, for example, and perhaps once the 6 hours up, when it comes to lunchtime, take another. So we constantly have an umbrella protection of vitamin C. We've also made a chewable one, which has got its benefits in as much as that we can intersperse it through the day, so we can actually keep on propping up our amount of vitamin C, but also very valuable for children, perhaps the elderly, or people who don't want to swallow something but prefer to chew it. So you're very well covered with vitamin C from Neolife. And just to give you some perspective in terms of the foods and the concentrations that we've used, the sustained release one, the one that gives you vitamin C cover for a good 6 hours, we have got the value of 8 oranges worth of nutrients with vitamin C and all its synergistic components in every single tablet. So 8 oranges worth of goodness that you have got to make sure that you are covered for those 6 hours. And then the chewable one has the equivalent of 4 oranges in each tablet. So you really do have the vitamin C problem covered. Remember, we can't make it. It's a very fragile nutrient, and its presence needs to be in our body all the time. And it's our first line of defense. It's needed in our skin. It's needed in our respiratory system. And we are very, very vulnerable without it. So interesting that you need to know that we can put this in there in a very easy way. And don't just go and take any old vitamin C, because what you'll find, vitamin C is the name for it, the technical name is ascorbic acid. And you'll find that on the shelves. But what it doesn't have is it doesn't have all the synergistic components that nature delivers it the ascorbic acid along with. So make sure that you're looking for all the right things on a label when you're looking for